Hey guys, what's going on? So about 2 weeks ago, I made a video detailing why the elites in Halo 4 and 5 look a lot different to the elites in Halo Reach, Wars, Combat Evolved 2 and 3. And that video received a lot of views and a great response, to be honest with you, over the 2 week period. I was really happy with how many views it got, how many people watched it and had their confusions cleared up by it. But one of the common occurrences that I saw in the comments was a lot of confusion surrounding the Arbiter, and why the Arbiter suddenly changes from one phenotype of elite to a different phenotype. Doesn't really make much sense. I did cover that in the video, but very briefly, so I thought I'd spend this video going into a little more detail about it. So, a little recap of my previous video, and then we'll go into the Arbiter. The reason the elites look different in Halo 4 and 5 compared to Halo C, Wars, Reach 2, 3, etc. is because they're a different phenotype of elite. Similar to how you have Alsatians and Siberian Huskies, you have Halo 4 and 5 elites, and original Halo Trilogy elites. They are different types. Now, this doesn't mean that the old phenotype of elite present in the old trilogy doesn't exist anymore. They do exist. They are pictured in multiple frames in Halo Escalation, alongside the new elites, and also other media as well, such as Shadow of Intent, Joe Staten's new novella. Now, when it comes to the Arbiter, he has been represented as both phenotypes of elite in the games. So, I'm going to pose two questions. The first one is, why did the design of the Arbiter change? And the second one is, which design of the Arbiter is canon? So, why did the design of the Arbiter change? Well, the answer is pretty simple, in fact. It's simply down to resource constraints. 343 simply didn't have enough time or resources to devote to the creation of an entirely new model for the elites just to be used on the Arbiter and maybe a couple of his soldiers. People don't seem to realise how much time actually goes into the creation, texturing, modelling, etc. of a different model for a species. It seems quite simple, but it really isn't. And honestly, for something like this that doesn't have a gameplay effect or doesn't have a major effect to the story, I can see why 343 didn't do it, as much as it pains me to say that, because I much prefer the old elite design to the new one. I can honestly understand why 343 didn't go out of the way to make a new model. It simply wasn't worth the time. Now we come to the question of whether or not the Arbiter's appearance in Halo 5 is canon or not. Now, I have a quote from Grimm that I think sums this up perfectly. There will be times, however, when limitations dictate the need to be more efficient with the use of assets, and something you see in a game might not necessarily represent the definitive canonical look for that thing, species, character, etc. 100%. He then went on to further say that, in a perfect world, it would be awesome to have every character represented individually, and have all phenotypes of a species represented within a single game. However, the reality is that there's a hidden but very real cost to doing so. So, to me, this reads that 343 would have liked to have the Halo 2 anniversary design of the Elite for the Arbiter, and maybe some of the Soldiers of St. Helios as well, seeing as that is the canonical look for the Arbiter, and for a lot of the elites within the Soldiers of St. Helios. However, as Grimm says, time constraints and resource constraints often dictate what you actually see in a game, and what you actually see in the game isn't always 100% canonically correct. There's a balancing act between resource constraints and making something canonical, and it gets to the point sometimes where we have a situation like this, where if you really get into it, you have to sort of imagine that the Arbiter in Halo 5 does look like the Halo 2 Anniversary Arbiter, and not the Halo 5 Arbiter. So that pretty much sums the entire thing up. I hope I could clear up any confusions that you guys had surrounding this topic. I know that it is quite a controversial topic, and there's a lot of conflicting beliefs within the community, but I thought I would just sum it up into one small video so people can watch this and relate to it, and understand why the elites and the Arbiter in particular look different between the games. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and I helped clear up a bunch of confusions that you had, please drop it a like. It helps me out monumentally, and it shows that you like my content and you like my channel. And if you really like my channel and really like my content, why not subscribe? Helps me out a ton and it means a lot to me. And next video we will be discussing why Cortana is air quotes evil and what's caused her to act in the way that she's acting. So I will see you guys then. Thanks a lot for watching.